Welcome to FIU Football Weekly. Panthers halfway through the season now, 3-3 after a 52-12 beating of UTEP on Saturday. Again, Coach Ron Turner joins me as usual. And Coach, I guess a complete game played by the team on Saturday.
Yeah, Pete, it really was. I mean, I told the team after the game in the locker room and then yesterday that it was a total team victory. And it happened because of total team commitment, total team preparation during the week. I mean, we had an edge about us during the week coming off the UMass game where we weren't real happy, and they had an edge about them, every position, all the way across the board, and that carried over to the game, and we came out of the gate, really, really strong.
And offensively, you guys did basically what you wanted. You got 150 yards on the ground. Magoo sets a career high with 270 yards through the air, 7 touchdowns from 7 different players, school record, 42 points and a half, school record. So I guess it's the kind of offense you want to see week in and week out.
Yeah, we'd like to see it week in and week out. And that probably the best thing about it was the 7 touchdowns from 7 different people. Again, we talk about a total team victory and team win and team effort. That was. We had a lot of different guys contributing. A lot of guys played. A lot of guys played who have been on the scout team, who haven't had a chance to play, that got an opportunity to get in the game and play. I think we had 28 guys on defense play, 27 offensively, and 48 special teams. So we had a lot of guys on the field playing, which was, great to see.
We can't forget about the defense, either allowing just 1 touchdown and then, the field goal and the safety, but really just 1 touchdown.
Yeah, our defense did a nice job. Look at the stats. They ended up having 151 yards rushing, I believe, but it was also on 40-something carries. So 3.3 average, I think. So our defense really did a good job. And they came out with the mindset they were going to pound us. They lined up in 2 tights and were running the ball, trying to run power football right at us. And our defense did a really nice job stopping that. And then they went to plan B. But I thought our defense played hard and played together as a team, probably the best we have all year.
Well, let's look back on the 52-12 win, FIU and UTEP, second game of the series. And Magoo, it's the Alex Gardner drive, the first drive of the game.
Yeah, that was the first play of the game. They came with the blitz, which we kind of anticipated. Alex did a nice job dumping it off. The second play came out with the naked. They were a lot of man coverage. They had trouble covering that. We had seen on film, so came at that and started out strong, which was nice to see. Great run here by Alex.
36-yarder sets up the first FIU touchdown, there's another look at the 36-yard run by Gardner.
Yeah, you can see that. They brought a corner blitz, and it looked like had him stopped in the backfield, and he spun out, made the guy miss, and got it down inside the 10-yard line. Very great effort by him.
And then reward him for the run with the 2-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that was a nice run there. Sometimes you look at that, well, it's only a 2-yard run, but you can see right there he had to make a cut in the backfield, and did a nice job. And our offensive line did a good job all day, making adjustments to what they were doing and giving our backs a chance to run.
Taylor's extra point. And FIU off and running at 7-0. Defense held UTEP 3 and out on the first possession, and pretty much that was the whole afternoon for UTEP.
Yeah, our defensive line did a really good job, and linebackers did a really good job of penetrating, stopping the run. They came in with, like I said, with the mindset they were going to come after us, and our defense did a good job stopping them.
Second time FIU gets the ball, again, more Alex to Alex.
Yeah, Alex Magoo is doing a really good job of reading the defense and come dump the ball off to the back when necessary. T.O. made a great play there, and we said all week, if it's even, throw the ball up. We got guys that'll go up and compete and battle for it, as T.O. did. And he's strong. Look how strong his legs are.
You got a good look at how physical Thomas Owens is. I got it right this week. I didn't call him Terrell on that play, shaking off the defender.
Yeah, he's a very strong player, and he's got great balance. So he's done that several times this season.
Again, UTEP just struggling offensively. And then here finally get Richard Leonard going on special teams, 37-yard return. Probably should have been more with the late hit.
Yeah, exactly. It should have been, no doubt about it. Should have been, and we turned that into the officials. But that's part of the game. But it was nice to see a good return.
Joachim Greiner getting back into the mix.
That was a huge play. That was a 4th and 7. And we ended up scoring a touchdown that drive. So it was a 4th and 7. Alex made a really good throw, and Greiner ran a good route and made a nice play on it.
And here's John New, and he's just going to knock everybody down like a bowling ball.
He's tough to bring down. I mean, he's shown that, last couple of years he's tough to bring down, and did a nice job getting that ball in the end zone.
You got another look at it here. Akil Danfodio with some nice blocking up ahead.
Yeah, our guys downfield did a really nice job all day. Effort was great. You can see guys getting a blocking. Julian Williams there, Akil Danfolio getting down, getting blocks for him.
That made it 21-0. And then the first play of the second quarter, pick 6.
Nice play by Jeremiah. I was happy to see that. He's been playing really good football for us. Got a great break on the ball, and and just had the speed to get it in the end zone. The thing I liked best about it probably was just afterwards the celebration with teammates. There was no me or anything like that. He went with his teammates, and they celebrated all the way over to the sideline.
Right,
And he acknowledged the fans as well.
He acted like he was there before.
Exactly.
That made it 28-0, and Jeremiah had mentioned after the game how he was just reading the quarterback's eyes on that play.
Yeah, he's done a good job of that all year. Great run there by Anton, and very well blocked play. They came with pressure. We picked it up, and if someone's going to blitz and bring pressure in the run game, if you get it picked up, there's going to be some gaps.
And he's the guy who's going to help you down the stretch, Anton Samuel.
Yeah, this is a very good goal line stand here. They had a 1st and goal on the 2-yard line, ended up kicking a field goal from the 3-yard line. So did a nice job. They tried 2 runs and then a pass, and defense did a great job.
Matillis, Leonard, and Vontarius West here preventing the touchdown.
Tried to get the ball outside, and we've got good speed on defense. Our guys run hard, so it was it's tough to get the ball in the perimeter. Did a nice job there setting the edge.
And then Magoo will go a throwback pass to Alex Gardner.
Yeah, very nice. Great catch there. Good read, good ball by Alex, but a really good catch by Alex Gardner, running back coming out of the backfield.
And that'll set up the former Central Rocket Anthony Jones with a 26-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, it was nice to get him involved. We'll continue to do that, to get all 3 of those running backs involved in the game. All 3 of them are good. All 3 of them can play, and keeps them fresh when we can roll them in there like that. We'll continue to do that.
I thought this was a nice pass from Magoo to Clinton Taylor, and Clinton, nice job getting it to it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that ball was ever going to come down. I saw it leave his hand. I'm saying, what? I thought he was going to fair catch it. Finally came down, and
good thing he had about 10 steps on the UTEP defender there.
Exactly.
And 40. This will lead to the Austin Taylor field goal to make it 45-10. And then here's some of the backups that you're talking about getting some work in. Trey Anderson to Shug.
Yeah, this is great to see. Trey Anderson with his first touchdown pass as a Panther, or as an FIU Panther anyway, and. Great job there by Shug. Was happy for him. Happy to see him. He's been working really hard. Hasn't seen a ton of playing time, and kept telling him, you just keep working hard. Your time will come. And glad to see him get something. Guys, the team was extremely happy for him. You saw him. We get a penalty because everyone ran on the field. They were so happy to see Shug, make a play and be rewarded.
52-12, your final, and now 3-3 overall. 1-1 in the conference. Tough game coming up at Middle Tennessee. We'll get to that in our next segment, but. You got to be pleased. I guess halfway to the season, how do you see the team?
Yeah, I am pleased with the way we responded to the defeat the week earlier for this game. I think our team has some confidence right now. I think they believe in one another, and I like the fact that we're really playing as a team, and that's what it's all about. You can't win in this game if you're not completely as a team, and I think we are.
Take a quick break on FIU Football Weekly and come right back after this.
Conference USA has a history of greats.
But being great is not limited to athletics.
Be authentic.
Be determined. Be proud.
Be dynamic.
Be diverse.
Be kind.
Be a good sport.
Be thankful.
Be happy.
Be reliable.
Be genuine.
Be the next great in Conference USA history.
Be the next.
Welcome back to FIU Football Weekly. Michael Montero is our guest this week, the Panthers starting center, and really the constant in the FIU offensive line this season. Well, first let's go back to UTEP, and it pretty much a game where you guys had a complete offensive game against the Miners.
Yeah, it was a great game. We had one more. We had a couple kids come in that they've started this year. Younger guys. And having one game under their belt, one more game under the belt, it just made it that much better. We had better understanding with one another. It was just a great game, offensively, defensively, as a team. We just had a better game.
And to think about it, I know, yes, UTEP had 10 guys that were hurt and everything, and the defense was banged up, but it was a game where you guys could run your offense, and I think a game where you guys really needed that type of game, especially with the schedule coming up now.
Yeah. It's a great win. This will get us into conference play. It was a great conference win. They're a great team, and it shows us that we can play with anyone in our conference. So it's a great win for us as a FIU team.
Going into camp, you were looked at as, at guard. Who would have thought, halfway, and this is not a slight against you, but halfway through this season, who would have thought you're the only constant on that offensive line that started every game at center.
Yeah.
I mean, talk a little bit about the offensive line, how it's played this year and how it's progressing.
Coming in, we had a lot of questions as an offensive line. There was a lot of empty spots. A lot of kids graduated. We didn't know who was gonna step in, who was not gonna step in. We had a lot of questions, and I think over the camp and over the summer, we all got together as an offensive line, and we talked about, we have to step up this year. This is where the game starts, in the defensive and offensive line, the trenches, and we just got together and we worked hard, and I'm just so happy for everyone that's stepping up, and it's a great thing, and we're building as a team, and the camaraderie between one another is through the roof right now, and winning is helping that as well.
We'll get into your story in just a second, but where do you think you've gotten better to the point where you're the starting center of this team?
When I played defensive line in high school. Yeah. So coming in, it was a struggle for me for 2 years, and I think it just came to me this year. I knew I needed to step up. There's not many upperclassmen. I'm one of the few upperclassmen. We don't have many upperclassmen, and I've been in the system this is going on to my 3rd year in the system, and I think I just understood what needed to be done, and it kind of happened. It's a weird feeling. It was just there,
Like we talked off camera, and this is not a slight to you, but your story is pretty much a story that says, anyone can play college football if they persevere. Yeah. I mean, you weren't recruited out of high school. You got your former wrestler in high school at Columbus, and you pretty much worked your way to where you are now. Just tell the folks a little bit of how you got to FIU and where you're at now.
Well, first off, I just want to say that if anyone is dreaming on becoming a college football player, just do it. Just put, just do it. Just do it. It's just all about hard work and doing it. Well, and talking about the wrestling, when I was wrestling, I came into FIU and I knew that I wanted to play football, and I talked to the coaches, and I ended up being on the team, and from day one I knew it was just a mindset that I knew that I belonged here. Not being recruited and not being wanted, you could say, by a lot of colleges. That can get someone down, but I felt like this is where I needed to be, and this is where I wanted to be, and it's history from there. Every day is just you get out there and you work hard towards what you want to do, and dreams do come true. I mean, it's crazy. It's as cliche as it sounds, though, but it happened.
And you had a little bit of a Columbus High School connection. Former offensive line coach Alex Mirabal here was a Columbus High School football coach. Your brother went to school with him, but you still had to earn your way. I mean, he saw your film. He gave you the walk-on opportunity, but you still had to make your way to the starting offensive line.
My brother and Alex Mirabal and Cristobal, Mario Cristobal, went to school together at Columbus High School, and that was another thing when I was the transitioning from going to high school to college. My brother contacted Alex, and Alex gave me that shot. Alex Mirabal gave me that shot that I like I said, I wanted to be there, and this is what I knew what I wanted to do. So
that's Michael Montero, and thank you for joining us this week, Michael, and hopefully get a W in Middle Tennessee and come back next week.
Thank you for having me.
We'll take a quick break here on FIU Football Weekly and come back with Coach Ron Turner and his look at Middle Tennessee.
Hey FIU fans, hope you're enjoying the game.
Join Maddie and I each week along with Ron Thulin for the Conference USA Showcase, highlighting all teams in Conference USA as well as your Panthers.
That's right, a new show premieres each week, so check your local listings Wednesday through Saturday for all the latest news, highlights, and features surrounding all things Conference USA.
Welcome back to FIU Football Weekly. Panthers travel to Murfreesboro, Tennessee this Saturday, the 11th time that FIU will play Middle Tennessee. The Raiders with a 6-4 lead in the series. And, Coach, you're going to go up against a pretty good offensive team in this Middle Tennessee team this Saturday.
Yeah, a very good offensive team and a very good defensive team and a very good football team. They're 2-4 right now, but 3 of their losses have come against 2 SEC teams. and a Big Ten team, and two of them were close. They're kicking a field goal at the end of it to beat Illinois and didn't make it. So, I mean, they're a very good football team, a veteran team. You look at it, they've got great experience back, a lot of starters back on defense, and 8 starters back on offense, and I think 8 on defense as well. So an experienced team, a physical team, very well balanced. They're averaging almost 440-something yards per game, 47 points.
Right.
And they're
37 points a game.
They're talented, and they can run it and they can throw it equally well. And their quarterback, redshirt freshman, Brent Stockstill, is doing a great job. I mean, he's a very smart, very good player, and they got a lot of weapons around him.
Yeah, normally you could say when you see a team, well, they're a better passing team than a better running team, but this, you got 3 running backs that are running the ball well, and then you got 2 of the best receivers probably in the conference, in Ed Batiste and Richie James, who've combined for 98 catches, 1160 in yards, and 12 touchdowns already.
Yeah, and you combine that with the fact that all their offensive line starters are back, and the left tackle that's is as good as most people in the country. So they're a very, very talented team on both sides of the ball.
And defensively, their leading tackler, T.T. Barber's 40 tackles, 3 sacks. It's a really athletic team, I think, from what I've seen.
Very athletic, no doubt about it. And you look at them defensively inside, they're huge. They're 310 pounds plus inside, and then they're very athletic at the linebacker and secondary positions and defensive end positions. So they've got the size and the bulk inside, but they have the athleticism to go along with it.
All right, we'll take a quick break and come back with your questions on Twitter for Coach Ron Turner. Back after this.
At Conference USA,
Let's be the definition of a good sport.
conduct and attitude.
Considered as befitting
Participants in sports.
especially fair play,
Courtesy, striving, spirit.
Conference USA,
Has a history of good sportsmanship.
Enjoy the game.
And be our next good sport.
On and off the field.
FIU heads to Middle Tennessee Saturday, where former FIU linebacker Antoine Barnes set the FIU single-game sacks record. In the 2006 season opener, Barnes sacked Blue Raider quarterbacks 4 times. Barnes had 2 sacks in the first quarter, which led Middle Tennessee to double-team him the rest of the game. The extra attention didn't help because Barnes, nicknamed El Monstruo by FIU's Spanish radio broadcasters at the time, recorded 2 more sacks in the second half. Barnes would go on to be FIU's all-time sacks leader with 21.5 sacks during his collegiate career, and the following spring he becomes FIU's first NFL draft pick when the Baltimore Ravens selected him in the 5th round. Welcome back. As usual, every week you can send your questions in to Coach Ron Turner via Twitter. Tweet me your questions at Pete Pelegrin, and we'll get those questions to Coach every Monday. This week, well, Bernard's back.
We missed him last week.
He's a diehard. The guy's got 2 degrees from here. Diehard. He says that he liked the blitzing last Saturday against UTEP, with Middle Tennessee playing a freshman quarterback who happens to be the coach's son, Brent Stockstill. Do you think you'll be bringing more of that heat this Saturday is his question.
Yeah, it's something that we have in our package that we always do. I mean, I don't think we blitzed any more last week than we have in previous games. We had some success with it, but the corners maybe a little bit more, who went in and made some plays. So it definitely will be a part of our package based on different situations. But our guys do that well. We've got very good quickness defensively to get in, and they do a nice job disguising it. So, yeah, you can expect to see, a decent amount of it.
Daniel from Miami says that nobody can beat us in the cage, but what do we need to do to get more wins outside of Miami?
Well, I think we just need to go out and play our game. It's all about us playing FIU football. That's all we ever talk about, and go out and play and settle down. We're still a young team in certain areas, and the seniors have to provide some leadership, which I think they will, so we can just go out and play our game.
And our last question, Chuck from Pembroke Pines says, halfway through the season, who would be your offensive and defensive MVPs on this team?
Yeah, you know what? It's really hard to say right now. You've got so many guys, that are playing well, that are doing a lot of good things. And as I said, we're emphasizing team. Let's play together as a team. 1 week it might be one guy, or 1 week it might be one position that steps up a little more than the others, and that's pretty much what we've had. So I would hate to name anybody right now. I'd just say, right now I'd say it's the team.
Well, that'll do it for FIU Football Weekly for Week 6. Panthers will try to get over 500 this Saturday in Tennessee. We'll talk to you next Monday on FIU Football Weekly.